Arnab, the key issue is where do we go from here? What do we do? Excuse me. Where do we go? What do we do? There have to be two components to your counter strategy. To put it in perspective, when I was there were 5,000 armed terrorists in J&K, out of whom 60% were foreign terrorists. Today they are down to 120 to 150. But they have changed their strategy. They are now going for targeted assassinations with pistols, using people who are not on the terror radars, who are not on the terror lists. So they can just do an odd killing and merge with this thing. So there have to be two components to your reaction. The offensive component, you have to hit across the line of control. I fail to see why we have given them, for the last 2 years plus, a ceasefire on the line of control. We facilitated the takeover of Pakistan by the Taliban, the takeover of Afghanistan by the Taliban, by giving them a ceasefire at such a critical juncture. Now they are doing it to us. From where are the pistols coming? Where is the ammunition coming? Where are the Kalashnikovs and the grenades coming? From Pakistan. So the Pakistan is a major part of the problem, and unless you address Pakistan, you hit across the LC, across the IB, like we did the Uri surgical strike, the Balakot attacks, you make Pakistan pay costs and consequences. That is the offensive component of the strategy. Number two, the defensive component. All of us veterans were crying ourselves hoarse, saying, for God's sake, don't send the Pandits back to the same villages from where they were shot, killed, genocide was committed and they were ethnically cleansed. But the Gupkar gang insisted that they can't go to protected settlements, they can't go to gated communities with armed guards. They must go back to the same villages from where they were hounded out. I mean, what do you expect? What do you expect? It was just about waiting to happen. Why did we have to listen to the Gupkar gang? Who are they to legislate how the Pandits should go back?
Because there's this unfortunate sentiment that is basically a Lutyens sentiment. Tuhin, Smita, everyone come in. It's a Lutyens overhang. I would call it a Lutyens hangover, that in Kashmir you will eventually have to talk to the Gupkar gang. And that hangover is the most negative thing that is happening on the ground right now. And the BJP has been, to some extent, become subject to this hangover. There are enough people, Tuhin, who will tell you in Delhi that eventually you will have to work with either Mehbooba or Mufti. Why?